I guess no. Now we shall start to go with an with a small intro. So here that is we are bigdatahandson.com. Um, um, so this is our website. Bigdatahandson.com is our website. The session is I guess the session is recorded. So all these navigations would be able to see in your screen. In and here like you can that is our older videos we'd be having here in this meetup videos. So if you go to this meetup videos page and you can see our older videos. So today is the part 3 of machine learning, but we have only uploaded part 1, which is happened on Monday. So today yesterday's session is not uploaded, but we'll be uploading soon. Today I'll be uploading it, and today I'll be uploading both day 2 and day 3 sessions. No, I'll be joining the upload these sessions. So if you want to have the old sessions, you can just click on this and you can see all those old session. Python, no, again it was took by Irfan. Python part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, or part 6, part 7. So 7 parts is available for Python. If you want to check those courses, then again you can just click on this and you can see those videos. So it would run. And so go like here no, you can see those thing. And the next one is the like big data. We are bigdatahandson.com. And our contact details would be this one: 978 988 424 9566 182384 is our contact details. Like if you want know, like you can call us or you can WhatsApp us or you can join in our group, WhatsApp group. And you can connect with us and in case of any doubts you have. So now let's connect. Here it's time is 6:35. So I guess no, people should have joined. And so lots of people will be joining now. So now like people who wants to have doubts, like you can raise up until that is you can raise our the last 10 minutes would be allotted for doubt session. All other session no, like all other parts Irfan would explain to you. Today we are going to see k nearest neighbor algorithm. So though that is tomorrow session would be on support vector machine, SVM. So like we see one by one people who wants to, that is who are joining the call. No, you can just go on mute, and if there is any doubts you can release the mute and you can speak. Thank you. Now Irfan, you can continue. Irfan, thank you.
Yes, I will share my screen.
Yes.
So this is what we are going to see now. K nearest neighbor. So K nearest neighbor is a classification algorithm. Yesterday we saw logistic regression. Like that, it is a classification regression or classification algorithm used in pattern recognition. And K nearest neighbor is classify cases based on the similarity measure, like distance function. It uses a distance function to measure the data to all the nearest data. In that data, it will fetch some data like 5 or 3. We will give that, so that is called a k value. In that k value, it will fetch the data. In that data, it will calculate the categories. So that categories belongs to most of the categories. So one of the top mining algorithms used today, and it is a lazy algorithm, is because it is calculating all distance to all the data. So that's why it is uh, slower, computational slow. So, and that is k nearest neighbor. It's very useful for us and very simple to understand. Okay, and it uses a just uses a Euclidean distance function, and you know this formula like square root of x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole squared to calculate the distance between the 2 points. Okay? Why it is calculating is because so this what the KNN does. So it will calculate the distance. Let's say this is a new point here. So new data. In that new data, it will calculate the distance between all these data. So all the data, it will calculate the distance, and in that distance, it will fetch the nearest uh, data points like this, and that data points we will assign like 3 or 5 we will assign. So k value, that is I said before. So it will let's say k equal to 3, it will fetch the 3 nearest point. So let's say this one and this one. In these 3 data points, it will calculate the category wise. So now the red category is 2 and blue category is 1. So it will assign this data point, to that category which are most likely classes like this. So if you have 5 k equal to 5, it will fetch the 5 data points nearest to this point, and the same thing will apply, like it will calculate the categories wise, and it will assign the categories which are most voted. Okay, so this is what the KNN working, and it is very simple now. And steps involved in KNN. So choose the number of k of neighbors. We will be choosing the k number of k value, and in that k value, it will fetch the new data points nearest to that according to the Euclidean distance. Like I said before, it will calculate Euclidean distance or Manhattan distance. We can assign that, but mostly Euclidean distance is used. Okay? And among these k neighbors, it will count the category of data. Like I said before, count the number of data points in each category, and it will assign the new data point to the category where you counted the most neighbors. So in this case, the most neighbor is red category. So it will assign this value to that category. Okay. So this all this about KNN. So this is very simple algorithm now. And let's see our coding part. And for this, I am going to use cancer data, prostate cancer data. And in that cancer data, our job is to predict which like that person has a cancer or not based on the given features. Okay. So I have this data set here. So it has some columns here. So it's ID we don't want. So diagnosis, this is what we are going to predict. So this person has cancer or not, and these all the features are given: radius, texture, perimeter, area, smoothness. These all the feature we are going to use in that independent variable, and this column we are going to use for dependent variable. This is what we are going to predict now. So let's save this file before. And first we need to import the libraries like pandas. Pandas is for data reading. In that many format it can read, like CSV, Excel, or dot data, log files. It can read any data files. And we have another library called NumPy. NumPy is for mathematical calculations. And we have another useful library, Matplotlib. It used for creating plots, graphs. Okay. Let's select this and run. Before so we just successfully imported the library. And here we have the data set. Here we have the data set in CSV format, and we need to read this data set. Let's create a data set variable. I'm going to use the pandas library to read the CSV file. To read the CSV file, we have a method called read underscore CSV. In this function, we need to pass the name of the CSV file. In my case, that is state underscore cancel dot CSV. Let's run this. So now the data set is created. If you go to the variable explorer, you will find the data set. If we double click on, and it will open. So you can see here the same data is available here. Now we got the data set, and we need to split the data set into this go for dependent variable, and this columns for independent variable. So we need to create X and Y.
Irfan, little bit louder, Irfan.
Okay. So now we are going to create X variable and Y variable for dependent and independent variables. So X is independent variable. Now in this data set, I'm going to take the index location. For this X, I'm going to take this column from radius to all the columns. So for that, this radius column is for index is 0, 1, 2. So from second index to till end, okay, we need to get the data. Like we can give column here for all the rows, and two column for from second column till the last. Okay, we got the X, and for Y, I'm going to use this column only. So we don't want this column, only this column. This column is index 0, 1. So all the rows and first column. Okay. So let's select and run this. So now you can see here we got the, sorry, not this one. So X from radius to all this fractal dimension till fractal dimension. And one more thing, we need the values only, not the data frame. So for that, we need to put the dot values, because we want only the values, not the data frame. It's like a data frame you can see here. So now it's an object of NumPy. I mean nothing but the array of object. Okay, so we got the x and y here. So one more thing, in this y, you can see here we have some categorical data here. So m and b are this categorical data. So first we need to convert the categories into the binary format. How we can convert? Using the label encoder, you can convert. Okay, so how, where you can get the label encoder? From the sklearn module, sklearn library dot preprocessing module. Inside this we have the label encoder. Let's create an object for label encoder. Now select these two lines and control enter. So it's taking too long. Now we got the label encoder object, and using that label encoder object, we need to fit the label encoder to the Y dataset. So using the fit method, fit and transform, use the transform, it will convert this Y into the binary format and it will return the result. So we need to store into the Y variable here. So let's select this RAM and control enter. So if I look at the Y dataset, you can see we are converted it into ones and zeros. So this is what we want. And now we are going to predict 1 or 0. Okay. Before that, we need to split our data set into training and testing. Training is for building our model, and testing is for test our model for accuracy. Okay. For that, we need to train and test split. Where you can get that using the sklearn library. That model selection. Inside this, we have the train test split method. We got the train test split. It will return 4 values. One is x train, and the other one is x test, and y train, and y test. Y test. Okay. And we need to call this method train test split. And inside this, we need to give the x and y value, x comma y, and one more parameter, that is test size, test underscore size. So let's give the test size as 0.3. So we used yesterday, no, and random state as 1. Now let's select these two lines and run this. After this, you will find 4 variables here: x train and x test. Now in that x test, we got 29 observations for test and 69 observations for train. Okay? And for y test also, y test and y train the same. And now we got the x train and x test.
Anil, can you please go to? Hello.
எவ்வளவு பை எவ்வளவு பை 60 ரூபா அனுப்பிச்சிடுறேன் பை. 60 ரூபா அனுப்பிச்சிடுறேன்.
So now we got the train and
கோவஞ்சல் இருக்கா பை? கோவஞ்சல்
now we got the train and test data. So using the train data, we are going to build our model, and using the test data, we are going to predict using that model. Okay. First, we are going to build the KNN model. So we need the KNN class, KNeighbors class. So where you can get it from the sklearn library. Inside this we have neighbors. Inside this neighbors we have the KNeighbors classifier. KNeighbors classifier. So first we need to create an object for KNN. And inside this we need to give a parameter that is n neighbors. Why we need do you remember before I said we need to give the k value. This k value is nothing but the neighbors, n neighbors. Let's say give n neighbors as 5 and select this, run. So we got the KNN object here. So using the KNN, we need to feed into our training data. We need to fit into the training data knn.fit. Now we are going to fit into the train, X train and Y train. Now let's select this and run. So successfully we are fitted the classifier, KNN classifier to our training data. Now it's time to predict. So let's say ypred equal to KNN dot predict. We are going to predict the test data, X test here. Select this and run. So we got the Y predicted values, and let's see the actual values here. So this is our actual value and this is our predicted value here. You can see correct values, and this 4 you can see here the actual is 0, but our model is predicted as 1. Like this we have some mistakes in it. And one more thing, the n neighbors we need to choose manually. Okay, how you will choose what neighbors will give you accuracy? So we will see that accuracy of neighbors 5. Score of our model. So now you can see here we got 80% accuracy, So with the 5 neighbors, if I choose 6 here, so the accuracy will change. Okay, so you can see here the accuracy is changing. How you will know which neighbors, which k value got more accuracy? So you need to trial and error only it will come. Okay, and for that I am going to use a for loop for that. So from 1 to 10 I am going to take that k values. In 1 to 10, which neighbor is got more accuracy, I will going to use that neighbor. Okay, see for example, for I in range here from 1 to 10. So why? It's because it will not uh, take that 11 from the 10 only. So let's imagine this as k. So let's think as k. We are going to use this k value for the neighbors. K here, and we need to print the score of each k value. For this k value, we got this accuracy. Now select this and run this. You can see here for k value 1 we got 0.8 accuracy, for 2 and 3 also 0.8, and for 4 we got 83, 588, and 83 is all or 8, and for 10 k value you can see here we got the more accuracy here, so 86. Now for our model we can use the n neighbors as a 10. Now we will get more accuracy. So you can see here we got 86% accuracy. So let's see the confusion matrix from sklar matrix. Put the confusion matrix. Cm equal to confusion matrix of the actual value and the predictor value. So we got the confusion matrix here. So in this we have 26 correct observations and 4 wrong observations. Okay. From this confusion matrix also you can get the accuracy like true positive and true positive and true negative. Like 26 divided by the sum of whole observations, that is 30 observations, and with this you can got 86% of our accuracy. And if you want to calculate the F1 score precision recall, we have a function called, we'll show that, matrix. In that matrix we have another method, it is classification report. Classification report. Let's see the report. Classification report. Classification report of our actual value and the predicted value. And let's build the classification report. now you can see here precision recall F1 score. So for this 0 we are getting precision as 0.77. For 1 we got 0.94 and recall 0.91 and 0.84, and F1 is the average of this. So for this we got 83, and for this we got 89, and our average accuracy is 0.87. Okay. So any doubts here? Let's check our predicted values. Here, here there is a mistake here. So we got 87 accuracy. Any doubts in this? I will repeat this. Like first, we are importing that libraries, these pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib, and we are loading the data set or prostate cancer data set, and we are just getting that dependent and independent variable. And for dependent variable, we have some categorical data. So now we are encoding that categorical data into binaries, and we are separating that Xtrain and Xtest for training and testing data, and we are building that model using the k-neighbors classifier. And now in that n neighbors, we got more accuracy in that 10 neighbors, k equal to 10, and we are predicting that values. Now we got the score as 86%. This is for testing whether which k value is more accuracy. We are just getting from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, the 10 k value is more accuracy. We are using that k value, and we are just seeing the confusion matrix. You can see here confusion matrix here. 26 correct predicted and 4 are wrong one. And we are seeing the classification report to get the F1 score and precision recall. That's it. Any doubts here? I will show you using the. I'm going to plot this training and testing predictions accuracy. Let's say for example, k values, k values equal to, I'm taking an list here, and for this k values, which accuracy we are getting for train accuracy, let's say, and for we are adding a list here, and for test accuracy we have a list. What we are going to do, and I'm going to append this k values, set the k value list, and for testing data score we are getting, like, remove this, and I will append this for test data. For test accuracy dot append this accuracy, and also we need to predict for training data as well. For plotting this, we can use plt dot plot. Inside this plot, I'm going to give the k values and training accuracy and label this as training accuracy. And for testing also, we are doing it. And we need to do the legend. Legend is because separating those lines will give you these labels. And plt.show. Let's run this. Wait a second. Oh, sorry. Made we forgot to change the name train accuracy. So we are getting this plot here. We can see here for training accuracy in that 1K we are getting high value for training because our model is built on the training data. So that's why in that K1 value we are getting very high accuracy. And for testing accuracy, you can see here for 1 we are getting 8, and from 3 for 4 we are getting 83, I think 83, and for 10 we are getting 87. So this is for our accuracy plot. From this we can see which k value is getting more accuracy. So any doubts here?
Irfan,
Yes.
we are done.
Yes.
Okay. Any doubts you have? We are here, so you can make a chat. Irfan,
Yes.
like there is a doubt in a chat.
How do we get key data points? Labeling them. We are giving that label now. So for this training data, we are giving that label. So let's say training accuracy. Key data points labeling them. Start. That PLT dot legend will label this data. You can see that. Okay. For that we have a plot called
You just print the value to him.
so we got this accuracy for one 0.8 in the test, and in the train for one we got 1.0. Is it okay?
You're just printing the K of K test to score value only, but he is expecting the K vals. So that's he will be expected, yeah.
K values, that list, the list of K values from 1 to 0, 1 to 10 we are using the K values.
Guys, do you have any question? I think no. Galil, we can wind up then. Galil?
Yes, Irfan. So, like, we shall end the session today. We are going to Irfan. We are done, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other doubts you have?
Yes. One more
Okay.
thing. We have scatter. I think he is expecting on the star this on a point in that graph. I think for that you can use scatter plot. I think this is expecting. Yeah. You can put dots here using the scatter plot. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we can end this session.
Okay. So, we are done with the today's session, and
Bye.
whatever the videos, like you will be seeing in our big data screen, it will be getting uploaded in